The Heartless CEO. Written by Yeron G. Chapter 21. His Desire. Steven left the company angrily when he learned that Nicole was not in the office. In the morning, this day was ruined immediately because of this. He knew she went to the site even though he did not allow her to. Nicole intentionally went to the site first before going to the office. She was selfish yesterday, so she didn't finish what she was supposed to do there. She needed to talk to Josh and look at the things that went wrong. They were in the middle of the conversation when their dominant boss arrived. The way he looked at her, she knew he was mad. "Leave us first," Steven orders Josh. Josh shrugged before exiting his small office that was also close to the site. "Didn't I told you yesterday, you're not going to be here anymore?" He scolded her with a displeased look. "I won't be here long. I need to talk to Josh about something important, so..." "The hell I care about an important thing?" Nicole was surprised when he suddenly raised his voice. He was obviously angry and she felt nervous. "I'm your superior and you have to follow my order." "Look, Mr. Scout." She swallowed her own saliva because her throat felt dry suddenly. He became even more handsome in her eyes when he's angry. "Nicole, wake up." She scolded herself because she was losing focus. It's because Steven looks like he's going to eat her alive. Nicole cleared her throat again before continuing. "It's my job and I don't want to be careless or dependent on others. It's my fault that there was a conflict in Josh's work." She calmly explains it. "I don't want to repeat myself, Nicole. If you want our partnership to go smoothly, follow what I want." Nicole frowned before pouting in annoyance. She still wanted to reason, but she closed her mouth again when she caught him staring at her lips. She doesn't know why, but she can see the movement of his Adam's apple. Her mind suddenly became naughty. She went closer to him and quickly touched the corner of his lip with a kiss. "There," she said, and slightly turned her face away from the young man. She even tapped him on the shoulder because he looked really surprised with what she did. "Don't get mad. You're scary," she joked. Steven couldn't believe it for a few seconds. When he saw the young lady move to turn her back on him, he suddenly grabbed her waist. Nicole gasped at the speed of what Steven did. His possessive lips immediately covered her lips. He kissed her as if she's already his position. She could feel in thirst for kisses and longing. Steven tightened his grip on both of her shoulders. He violently pulled his face away from her after giving her the punishment kiss. Nicole was out of breath, and she looked a step back when she saw the anger in Steven's eyes. She should be the one to get angry with him, but the opposite happened. "Who are you?" Steven's voice was full of doubt. Nicole's lips parted and she couldn't understand the young man's question. Steven ran his palm over his own face before turning his back on her. Nicole's personality is no longer the only thing on her mind. Even his manhood is dazed as well. Nicole bit her lower lip and tried to calm her own feelings. "Is it possible for him to recognize my kiss?" she asked herself. Let's go. Steven was still angry. Nicole quickly chased the young man as he stepped out of the office. Huh? I'm the one who should be mad at you for what you did. Nicole complained when she regained her right state of mind. Steven stopped walking and turned to her. If you don't want to be punished, then don't be stubborn. His response was cold. Nicole's eyes widened as her lips parted. You're impossible. It was harassment. Steven's eyebrows rose along with the corner of his lip as he stared at the lady's face. You did respond to my kisses. Moreover, you took the initiative. He arrogantly replied to her. Huh? That's not true. She quickly denied the young man's accusation. She could feel the redness of her face right now. There was truth in what he said, and she was annoyed with his frankness. I don't want to wait. Steven gave a rude order before leaving the young lady. Nicole had no choice but to follow his rude man. He really insists of his anger and that she has no right to complain. She also did nothing when he was the one who drove her car. Tony just followed them. His treatment of her, it was as if he owned her and she was not a partner or employee of the company. He doesn't speak, but he knows he's still angry. Follow me. Nicole just pouted when the young man ordered her again after they got out of the car. They went to his office and he gave her tons of documents that she needed to review. Danica went on a rage in her room when he learned that her engagement party with Steven had been postponed. The madam herself told her, and the reason was because he was busy with a new build business. She also felt upset with Rita because she already knew but had not told her. She could do nothing but wait again when he is no longer busy. As time goes on, Danica's doubts about Nicole's true identity grow. It seems that she was deliberately making her jealous and secretly laughed when the news came out that she and Steven's engagement party was postponed again. She could read the anger in her eyes by the way she looked at her once. It has also been a long time since the paths of the people involved in the crime parted. She had no intention of contacting them again, but due to Nicole's sudden appearance, she thought of finding the two. But she could no longer contact their former numbers. She was forced to hire someone to find the two. Mommy, where are we going? Daniela asked her mother as they went to the car. Do you want to see your daddy? She asked the child tenderly. She smiled when her eyes widened, and she happily hugged her. Danica wanted to find out something, so she brought the child to the company. Steven and Nicole were busy talking about some changes in the business when the door suddenly opened. Daddy! Daniela greeted her father gleefully when she saw him. Nicole looked surprised, and the inexplicable emotion she felt when she saw the child. She had not prepared for the first time she will meet her child. She watched her in a trance and did not miss a single move until she hugged her father. Even Steven was surprised at the sudden appearance of his daughter in his office. Daniela has been there several times, but this time Danica did not let him know beforehand. She didn't want to be left at home, so I brought her here. Danica's apologetic explanation when she read the young man's thoughts. Steven just nodded at Danica and let his daughter sit on his lap. She darted on him and she kept on kissing his cheek. Nicole wanted to cry with joy as she watched the daughter and father. She was so happy to see Steven's love for the child, but she quickly hid her true emotion when she felt Danica's stares. "Baby, you forgot to knock the door before entering," Steven reminded his daughter.
I'm sorry, Daddy.
Daniela pouted.
Just forgive our daughter. You've been so busy these few days, so she was very excited to see you.
Danica tenderly stood for her daughter. She approached the two, and from behind the young man, she hugged him. Danica gently brought her lip to Steven's cheek as her eyes focused on Nicole. She looked at her meaningfully. She could read in her eyes how she was in Steven's life, that she should not be ambitious and want to be more than just a business partner in the life of her man. Nicole cleared her throat to get Steven's attention and ignored Danica.
Your daughter is cute.
It was only then that Steven remembered that there is someone else with him in the office. He quickly introduced his daughter.
Hello.
Danica greeted Nicole with a lot of energy. Nicole smiled at the girl and approached her. She ignored her ex-friend, who is still hugging Steven from behind his back like a vixen.
You look so pretty.
She gently pinched the girl's cheek and gave her a quick kiss on the cheek. And because she was sitting on her father's side, she had to bend down to get their faces on the same height. Steven quickly averted his gaze from her chest. Suddenly, his mood changed, especially when he smelled the fragrance of her perfume. Danica gritted her teeth because the plan didn't seem to go well with her.
Thank you. Daddy said I look like Mommy.
The smile on Nicole's lips widened when she caught a glimpse of Danica. It was as if something warm had touched her heart with the knowledge that Steven thinks she's good and he could see her and her daughter.
Of course. Who else would my daughter get it from?
Nicole shuddered when she heard that Danica said, "She looks like a clown trying to copy her personality."
I love you, Mommy.
Danica quickly kissed her mother on the cheek. She is happy when she sees her parents together in front of her. Nicole felt her own saliva taste better when she swallowed it. Her deep grudge against Danica, her sore face, and her heart. It's very better, but her daughter's love should be hers. Steven frowned as he saw the sadness pass by in Nicole's eyes as she watched her daughter.
Looks like you need some quality time with your family, Mr. Scout.
Nicole forced a smile and distanced herself from the child.
Work can still wait, so I'll leave you first.
Nicole did not wait for the young man's answer. She wouldn't let Danica continue to hurt her secretly. It was enough for her to be able to see her daughter and kiss her. She knew that her ex-friend would also make a way for her own daughter to hate her, though she had to go ahead of her. To be continued.